So this is our first video that we're putting up teaching guitar. We were looking about some of the Blackbird videos that are online currently, and everyone seems to play it a wee bit differently from the way I learned it. So we thought we would put up a wee video showing how to play it in more detail. Appreciate any feedback that you've got in it, and if there is any other songs that you're looking to learn, let us know in the comment section below. So we're going to break this down and just walk through. The first note is on the 3rd fret of the 6th string here, and with that I'm going to be playing two strings together. The 6th and the 2nd string are going to be played together, followed by the 3rd string open. The next note is on the 1st fret of the 2nd string here, and with that I'm going to be playing the 5th and the 2nd string together, followed by the 3rd string open again. And then the next, we move to the 2nd string 3rd fret, with my 3rd finger I use for this, and my 1st finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and again I'm playing the 5th and the 2nd string together with the 3rd string opened. And I'll just play that joined up. So the next part takes you up the guitar fret quite a bit. You're on to the 10th fret here on the 5th string, and the 12th fret here on the 2nd string. And like before, you're playing these notes together, and this is where the strumming pattern gets a wee bit more complicated, or the picking pattern. So the first bit, you're playing the notes together, and then you're playing 3-2. And then you're playing the bass note here on the 5th, and then going 2-3. I'll just run through that. So it's together, 3-2, 5-2-3, and a bit smoother, it should sound like this. Together with the first part, when you marry them up, it should sound like this. So the next bit is the part where the lyrics take these broken wings and learn to fly. So it starts down here. Now I use my 1st and 4th finger here because there's a bit of stretching coming up. So you're on the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and you're on the 5th fret of the 2nd string here. And similar to before, you're playing the 5th and 2nd string together, and then the G open, and this is going to be the same strumming pattern for the next 4 chords. And then the next note moves on to quite a bit of a stretch here. So you're moving from here, this finger's going up a fret to fret 4, and this one's going right up here to fret 8, and again similar to before, just the 2 strings together and then this open. So I'll just show you that movement down here. And then the next movement, this is going up a fret to your 5th, and this one's dropping down to the 7th. So I'll just show you them joined together. And then the next movement, this one's moving up again to your 6th, and this one's going up to the 10th. And I'll just run you through the 4 together. So there's 2 chords to finish this line of the song off. So this one here is on the 7th fret of the 5th string and the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And it's the same strumming pattern as we were up here. We just replicate this down here. And the next bit is you drop this down 1 fret. So you're moving from the 7th to the 6th fret here with this finger, so. And I'll just show you that all together. So it's. So the next line is a line that starts all your life. We're on the 5th and 7th fret here. So my first finger's on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and my pinky is sitting on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And similar to before, we're playing the 5th and 2nd string together, and then the 3rd string open after it. And then the movement here is moving the pinky up 1 fret, and your first finger down 1 fret, and same strumming pattern. So I'll just show you that movement together. And then we move down to the 3rd and 5th fret here. So I've got my first finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and my pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and this is where the strumming pattern gets more complicated. So you do this one, and then the movement here, I go down to my 3rd finger here on the 4th fret. So I'll show you them blended together. So the last bit is the section You Were Only Waiting. So we were here before, And to get to the next note, we just slide these down 1 fret. And it's the more complicated strumming pattern here again. So you've got... And the next movement, I do it with my first finger to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And the next note is just moving this down to the 1st fret. So I'll just show you that section joined up. So the next one goes to the G chord here. So I use my 3rd finger here on the 3rd fret, and you need to change your bass note. So instead of before you were playing the 5th and the 2nd strings, you're going to be using these, but the same complicated strumming pattern. So we'll just run through all that section and play it slowly. So that should be you learnt the verse, and we'll just play that full section. The next bit that comes after that is the chorus, the Blackbird flies bit, which will go like this. I'll walk you through that. So it starts on the 8th and the 10th fret. And we have our first finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string, and I've got my 3rd finger here on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and it's the same strumming pattern for the next 4 movements here. So we've got the 5th and 2nd string played together and the 3rd string open, and I'll just show you all these movements together. So we're moving from 8 and 10, and we're moving to 7 and 8 here. And then I'm moving down to 5 and 6. And then the 3rd and the 5th. So I'll just show you that movement. Go on. So after the rundown, we move to the 1st and 3rd frets here. So this moves on to the more complicated strumming pattern. I've got my first finger on the 1st fret of the 5th string and my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and I'm playing. This then moves up to the 3rd and 5th fret here, again with a complicated strumming pattern. And that joined with the rundown sounds like this. Again. So the second part of the chorus, you repeat the rundown. But instead of going back up here, you're moving to the second fret of the second string with the complicated strumming pattern. This slides down to the first fret, where you'll move back into the verse again, verse being. So I'll show you that section joined together so it makes sense. Then it would be the verse. So I'll show you that again. That should cover most of the song, most of the sections. The ending of the song just covers the last 5 chords of the verse, and it ends like this.